Quinoa. Today we will be preparing chicken thighs. See the size of it, with rice. It was frozen, so I took it out and put it in warm water. 1 hour should be more than enough for it to unfreeze, so you can work with it. Okay.
You have a defrost function in your microwave?
So you can defrost it in microwave. I prefer this method.
The problem with this size of thigh is you have a small pan and you don't have a lid to cover it. So this will take like super long time to fry.
Yes, and it tends to stay bloody inside, in this middle part, close to the bones, and this can then cause these problems you were talking about, eating raw meat and poisoning yourself. So, before continuing, I will clean it from excess of skin, like this. I put these parts into extra. You can use plate. I like to use this like this. This area here close to the bone, I also pull out. It's not necessary, but it's not tasty even when it's baked, so I just remove it.
This very dark
part here close to the bone. If you do not have this type of chicken with this bone here, you don't have to do it, of course. Okay. I go around, I check if they removed the feathers nicely. You go with your fingers. It's relatively easy to remove it. They did quite a good job. Okay. This fat area here, I like to remove with a knife as well. So now I will wash it like this under fresh water and prepare it for cutting. You just go with your fingers through the skin and remove if there is something left. Like this, okay. This I will throw into the toilet. No, so now I take the cutting board.
So again, this is what you do with the big chicken thigh. You have to clean the skin, take feathers and shit out of it, and you cut out those little pieces of shitty, not really meat. You don't have to do this if you are doing, if you are working with the small pieces of meat, if you are working just with kluber, or just with wings, or okay. If you have a really small thighs.
So here it is this part, not necessarily always, but here I have this fat part that I will just cut off like this. Small amount, it's good enough. And now I will separate klubor ben from the rest. Okay, so with one hand I grab this bone here, and with other hand I cut here in this V. So you start slowly, see, knife goes through until you reach the bone. So here you will reach the joint. And you cut through it. Okay, so you keep going with your knife. Knife will find the way through the softest part of the bone. This is one, and this is another. So this is good enough. Since I like my meat to bake fast, I sometimes even put this into segments. Okay, so again, here is one bone that goes all the way down here, and here again is joint. So I cut like this, I reach the joint and cut out. Here you watch your fingers. So see, here this is one bone here that has a meat around it. And now like this it will bake faster. This is just meat. I cut it off. One more smaller piece with little bit of fat. I leave the fat, it makes it more tasty. And this bone part here I will bake separately. With this I ensured smaller pieces that will be baked well, so no bloody parts left. Okay, now I will add salt, paprika, pepper, everything.
And I am turning on
Okay, now salt. Relaxed, you just cover it. It cannot be too much. Chicken requires nice amount of salt, otherwise it doesn't really taste like something. I also add curcuma. Here is where you can use vegeta if you like, so you have everything in one spice. Like this. I will also add black pepper. This. It smells nice. A little bit of white onion, garlic. And red paprika. It's sweet variant, so it's not spicy.
again. All this is matter of taste. What is really required is
salt.
Just salt.
Yeah.
Everything else is a matter of taste. You don't have to use anything. You can use just vegeta or any of the ingredients.
Okay.
Any of
now
the
I will leave it here until I prepare what I need for rice.
Okay, today we are doing rice. So how to prepare rice properly? Well, rice needs to be washed before cooking, because they are collecting rice for shitty roads. They are full of dirt, they are full of shit, literally shit. So they contain tons of bacteria, Escherichia coli and other. So therefore, those rices that we buy in store need to be washed prior to cooking. So again, you will do this with tap water.
For two of us, I will be using this 2 deciliters cup. Classic model from IKEA. Okay. And I will first prepare water, so I know I will be using 1 cup of rice, so I will prepare 3.5 cups of water. 2, 3 and half.
You are using tap water here.
I'm using
3.5 cups of water. Put it in a pot.
This area. Okay. So now I will turn on the stove. I will put it.
Bravely. Više, da se moraš jednom prekida.
10.
Prekida ispod 8.
Prekida.
So 10 for now.
Okay.
To make it boil.
Yes, and I will add into this water some amount of salt, not as much as I would when I'm doing pasta, because this salt will go cook itself into the rice, so you can overdo it and make your rice too salty. So it's better.
Unlike pasta, here you have to be modest.
Modest and more careful. I advised you to use vegeta. I will use little bit of curcuma and little bit of pepper and persilla. Okay.
Again, this is not really required. What is really required is just salt. So plain rice, just salted rice is good enough. But you can add some seasoning. Those things are healthy. This is why Svea loves to use them.
So now I dry the cup so the rice doesn't stick to it. Okay. Remove the water. I will not need it now. And as I said, I take 1 cup of rice. So it is a good portion for 2 of us. One big man that is working out.
You will have it for 2 days.
Yeah, and me. Okay. Now to wash it, I will use this plastic, put it in, and use the cold water. Like this. I go with my fingers. See, I'm combining washing out and slowly with control, so the rice stays in. I pour out water and repeat. So 3 times in total, it should be enough. Like this. One more time. Depending on the quality of rice, water will become clean sooner. This rice is a little bit cheaper, so
water is still muddy.
Still muddy. But it will be good enough. Okay. Differently from pasta, rice I can put instantly into water. It is good that it cooks with the water and warms up as water warms up. More it stays in water, more water it consumes. So it is okay to put it in instantly while the water is still warming up. Okay, now as I showed you, see, I use this to collect what rice is left, and this is it. Okay. So now the rice is cooking. It will last for some time. In the beginning I can cover the pot so it boils quicker, but later on I have to again be careful because it will boil all over the edge and all over the stove. So I cover for a few minutes and then I open the lid. Now I will wash these dishes and then proceed to baking chicken. Chicken prepared this way, it will take a little bit longer to bake than the chicken breasts you are preparing. So I will do it parallelly at the same time. It will take same time, almost same time for rice to cook and for chicken to bake properly, even cut in this way. And again, since I was cutting meat on the board, I want to wash it thoroughly. Take care that there is no meat left on the board. Okay. Now, for chicken, I need pan. I can use smaller one, it will fit. Ovo ne mogu kontrolirati, znači tu. I put on 10. And good amount of oil so the chicken fries properly.
Slightly more than when you are just quickly frying breast or eggs or sausages. So you see the whole bottom is covered with oil. Not too deep, but it is already covered.
Now I can remove
We wait for oil to warm.
salt and other ingredients. Put them in place. This I will not be needing anymore. Like that. Okay.
Those remains, if you throw in garbage, which is also okay, will start to stink very, very soon.
Yes, it rots, so it's rotten flesh, so it stinks like dead animal.
Yeah.
So it's best to throw it in toilet.
If there are small pieces, they can be easily thrown in toilet.
Yeah. In that case, I will show you now, you add a little bit of water.
And throw it in toilet, which I'm not recording because for sanitary reasons.
This is it. Now I wait for oil to warm up. And monitor the rice. It's close to boiling, so when it starts to boil, I will open the lid a little bit and lower the temperature on something that is manageable for cooking rice, so it doesn't stick.
Сега се става. I don't know if you can hear, we are playing mantras while preparing food. 20 minutes fast.
So you see, when this sound appears, it means oil is ready for baking. I put fatter parts in the center. It's where the heat is strongest. Thicker.
To ensure that the inside is fried properly.
Like this. And when you are baking just the bands, generally, it is done when in this area the skin breaks and the bone becomes visible. Then you are sure that this area is done as well and there will be no blood inside. You will see later on.
This is boiling.
Okay. So now when it's boiling,
First you lower.
može 7, yeah. And then you go through
Stir
the
it a
bottom.
little bit so it doesn't stick to the bottom.
And leave it like that. Open.
Now, here water will evaporate. It has to evaporate. But until it evaporates, it will be cooking rice.
Here I will move chicken a little bit so it doesn't stick to the pan. Also enough oil prevents sticking. And leave it a little bit longer on this side. I will be turning it, but not too often. To finish here washing.
Ovo nismo adjustali, jel da? Temperaturu.
Ne, ostalo na. I can lower it a little bit now, then nine.
You can lower it a little bit, but still it has to produce enough warmth for everything to fry.
Especially if you are not
properly.
covering it.
Yeah. You need heat.
Now, in the meantime, I can serve the table and prepare salad. So, prepare water for the vitamin. Again. For a smaller amount of meat, now I can turn to the other side. See, here the blood just started to come out. Here as well, close to the bones. Turn to other side. Here the meat is still raw, and I will keep turning it as needed. Cucumbers.
Nećemo tiklu.
Može. Hoćeš tiklu?
Kako hoćeš, možemo i ovo sve.
So here, little bit of cucumbers.
Ne spominjati jer oni nema. Onda radimo nešto ovo. You see, meat is changing color. The skin is changing color. Meat is bloating. But you see, the oil is still working.
Skin parts of the chicken tend to get stuck to the pan.
I don't think you have enough funny videos to entertain you while waiting.
Frying requires a little bit of time and patience. But also it requires of you to be present, monitor, occasionally move around the pan, meat, so it bakes evenly and doesn't get stuck to the bottom of the pan. So once everything is set, you can expect at least 15 minutes. You have to put into patiently standing next to the stove while the rice is cooked and meat is done.
Sad ja se ostavim, napravim pauzu.
Some more. You see, the rice is getting close, but still has a lot of water to be cooked out. No need for stirring, but I just checked nothing is glued to the bottom. I say at least 5 minutes more in this tempo.
So almost 5 minutes later.
So rice is almost done. You see there is just smaller amount of water visible on the top. So you can just shake it a little bit. That makes water go into lower area. And cook out. Rice is basically done. And the meat, you see, as it gets baked more and more, still it releases blood in some areas. So, although it looks done, it will take a little bit longer. As long as there is blood coming out in the areas close to the bone, it's still not done. So keep turning it around, making sure that it's baked. Now it already looks baked. It has nice color on the outside, but it's still some parts that have bone are still releasing blood. See this? Now when I push fork inside, blood came out. It means it's still bloody, close to the bone. So it requires a little bit longer baking.
Now if you have verified sources of domestic poultry, you can actually, if you like raw, this is when it is done. I used to prefer raw because we had good suppliers, reliable suppliers of domestic produce.
It has to be fresh and it has to be healthy meat. But if you are buying in the Lidl and it was frozen and you are freezing it, you have to bake it well because you don't know what is the source and you don't know how many times in this transportation it was unfrozen, frozen again, improperly.
Yeah. So it has to be well done.
Yeah.
Just be patient.
Yeah. This small part that is only meat is done. It's obviously done. There is nothing not to be baked here. But all these parts that have bone inside require more. Longer baking. And rice I will call done. I will turn off here, cover it so the what is left of the moisture stays in, and I will leave it 4 minutes more on the stove, on the warm ring.
Yeah. The electric ring is still working for some time, so it will still continue to cook this rice, but it is done. How you know it is done?
All the water is cooked out.
You see?
No. See?
There is no water.
Yeah.
If you angle it, there is no water. Yeah.
So there is just a little bit of moisture left.
Yeah, it's still moist, but there is no fluid inside. So the rice is done. 34 minutes in total. Rice is slightly slower than pasta. Pasta is faster. But rice is better quality food.
Yeah.
Way better. So it's worth investing 10 minutes more in preparing it.
So now I'm just turning the chicken around, trying to expose different parts to the oil. So see, this is why you need a good amount of oil, because this oil that is boiling is cooking the meat.
all around.
all around and can reach deeper. If you have only the surface of the pan to bake the meat, in this case, when you have bone and everything, it takes forever. Yeah.
When you close it with the lid, it also cooks from the
Other side,
other
it goes
side.
faster.
So it fries in the oil and it cooks from above. This is why lid is good. It saves some time and energy, but it has to be proper lid for your pan. Deep fried chicken or whatever meat means that you actually dip it in oil. So
fully.
you use a huge amount of oil to dip it inside. It makes sense for restaurants, for
Yeah.
us it doesn't.
Yeah, because it's a waste of oil. Šta je bilo?
Nešto maslo.
Pazi, sam to. Baš masno. So now these two parts, this one and this one that has a lot of bone but little bit of meat, I could pull out. It is done. But maybe this
If you're
smaller-
not sure, you can take a knife
Yes,
and
so I will
slice
show
it a
you
little
now.
bit so you see how it looks from
You do it with a
inside.
feeling so you don't cut the pan. You hold.
Yeah, watch the pan.
Yeah. See, you cut close to the bone. So this red,
It's still rosa.
so
Yeah.
this is bone here, and this is meat, and it's still quite close to the bone. It's still quite,
Now you turn it so it's
yeah.
Fry
Turn
it
it around.
where you cut it.
Now the feet
Open.
will go in more easy. Okay. Same here.
Find the fatty part.
Yeah.
The thick. Now I'm talking fatty. The thick part. Slice it a little bit so you check.
We are cutting close to the bone because we want to see how it is, where the bone is. Now, and you see here, so this outside meat is done, but this inside close to the bone is still red. Bone is red, and here it still has some blood. So I will turn it around, expose this part to the oil, and leave it for a
This we
minute
do
more.
now just to speed it up a little bit. If you want to look it nice when you are serving to people, then you take time and you don't do this cutting
Yeah.
for the aesthetics. Patience
Yes.
is required. Nema toliko i ništa.
I suggest you see now the bone started to become lighter. So this is the same bone, it's not red, anymore from this side. So this means it's baked.
Yeah, this is now good. It took 1 minute more.
Yeah, because when I opened it, then the heat and oil got inside and speeded up the process.
And here
Same
we check.
here.
Yeah.
So now it looks baked
Now
on the
it looks
inside
good.
as well.
So, okay.
That's it. I will turn off.
And I will bring plate, so we show you portions. So this is for 2 of us, or for single you, 2 days. Sad moraš napraviti podjednako pa ćemo crniti. Poslije razmijeniti tako ti nešto. So, again, this is just one big chicken kluba. I would say there is enough space in the pan to prepare 2, even in this small one.
Yeah, but it would maybe take them even longer. How to say? Okay.
So,
Now,
this greasy we will use, of course, for extra taste and calories.
okay. Depending on the amount of oil you used and you have left. So here I'm removing the skin that got partially stuck to the pan.
Careful, this is now very hot.
Yeah. So you hold firmly.
If by accident you happen to burn yourself with hot oil, you instantly go under cold water and you rinse it.
Yeah. And then if you have, you put Vaseline on it. If you have it at home. So I will not overdo it because I don't want our rice to be too fat. Okay. So I judge this is enough. Okay.
So some remains of skin and stuff and a little bit of oil, I'd say approximately half of it. So is mixing with rice to add extra taste, which is great.
And calories.
And calories.
Okay.
Because this oil is calories. And now you check the oven is turned off, everything is off. It is done.
Okay. So this is
One portion.
one portion. And this is another one. So for me this would be enough rice. Now I will distribute all we have
To demonstrate, yeah.
to demonstrate, and Obi will
Yeah.
help me.
I will.
Yeah.
Yeah. You let one cool, you have it for tomorrow. You can just warm it in the microwave. And one you enjoy. When it's done, this is super delicious, super tasty.
Yeah.
Slightly.
And if you feel that it is too greasy, you can always use one slice of bread with it to help you consume the
And
fat.
yes, we are out now with this. So it was 45 minutes. Okay, it's 10 minutes longer than with pasta. But
And because
rice
of the
is
chicken
better.
that we were
And
baking
we
open.
were waiting for chicken actually, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.